Hi, it's David from Life with Parkinson's. If you're new here, welcome. We hope you'll consider subscribing. For everybody else, thank you for coming back and watching another episode. Last week was just crazy. We had a wildfire start in our community, and it just went out of control and took out a good number of homes. When it started, it was pretty close to us, and I was quite concerned about it heading our way. And I noticed that it brought up a lot of emotion and anxiety, and some of it was really hard to deal with. The anxiety got so bad I could barely walk around the house. And just going through that 4-day experience of where we voluntarily evacuated brought to mind just kind of 3 topics, really: my health, my home, and my happiness. And so this video is about those 3 things. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for tuning in. There's a famous quote by Augustine Burroughs: "When you have your health, you have everything. When you don't have your health, nothing else really seems to matter." And that quote really just impacts me a lot and makes me think about health, Parkinson's, forest fires, how all of those were interacting in my mind. And the biggest thing that came out of that for me was that for the first time, I didn't want others to know that I had Parkinson's. Like, it's never really been an issue, but this was an issue because I kept thinking, what if I wake up at 2 in the morning and there's police banging on the door and they're like, "You got to get out now." And I can't. I can't get out because it's the middle of the night. I've taken my sleeping pills and all my other sleep aids that I take every night, my sleep concoction. And it's 2 in the morning and I can't get out of bed, let alone walk out to a vehicle. And it's not going to be my vehicle because we've sold ours. It'll either be Haley's in-laws, who were away the day the fire started, or our 78-year-old neighbor who said, "Yeah, I'll make sure you get out." Like, I didn't want people to know I had Parkinson's. I didn't want people to know that I probably needed an ambulance crew with a stretcher to get me out to the car and stuff me in there and drive me out of there. And it was just, I felt bad because I didn't want to be a burden to other people, especially in a potentially panic situation, right? The fire's coming and people are like, "We gotta go now." I didn't want to be that person that wrecks the party for everybody else. When I think about that quote, when you have your health, you have everything. Because there are really no boundaries for you. When you have your health, you can make plans and not take into consideration a chronic illness, which I almost forget doing. Like, I might not know how to do that anymore. And when you don't have your health, nothing else really seems to matter. Like, it's almost like that quote is suggesting your health as that you're like in convalescence or hospice care, or you're just trapped at home by a forest fire smoke that you can't go out into. Just kind of rolled around in my head. It's like, yeah, I don't want people to know I have Parkinson's disease. I didn't want to be vulnerable in a panic situation and have everyone's eyes on me. You know, this seemingly middle-aged man being helped out to the car. It just, I'm almost embarrassed by it, but that's actually what I really felt. When I think about our current home, where Haley and I live now, I'm just so proud of it. We're so happy here. We have such a great community, great neighbors. And I'm just saying a minute ago, I didn't want them all to know I had Parkinson's disease. I know it doesn't make sense, right? It just makes me think of this song when I think about where we live now. Our house is a very, very, very fine house with 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard. Now everything is easy. I know, it's a great song, right? You know, we don't have cats here. My wife's allergic, and I don't really want a cat because I might eat our bird. But anyhow, it's just we've lived at a lot of other places. The other favorite one is when we lived on a street called Rum and Egg Drive. Our address was 2653, but we would tell everyone that we live at 911 Rum and Egg Drive. A lot of people would look at us and go, huh? What? We're like, yeah, because we call, because we're the ones dragging down the medical system in British Columbia. You know, we're sorry, guys. The Gebhardt family, or the Genpy Gebhardts, one of our family doctors would say, we're the ones that have plugged up the medical system. Like, we know there's some doctors out there with a tennis court or a swimming pool, and they've named it the Gebhardt tennis court or the Gebhardt swimming pool, because we have sucked millions out of the BC healthcare system. I've had like 2 or 3 hernia operations, a few varicose vein operations. I fell off a ladder at work. I got gassed a few times. My wife has endometriosis. She's had around 8 to 10 surgeries. We've lost count. My daughter has type 1 diabetes. But we've caused the healthcare system a lot and probably created some of the wait times. So from us to you, we are sorry. But where we are now, it's been our dream to spend more time together. And it's been really nice to be able to do that. And I've always wanted to live in the Okanagan. When I was a kid, I would come up to Soyuz every summer and spend time with my grandma. And I just loved it there. I'm like, you know, one day I want to live in the Okanagan. And because I got Parkinson's, here I am. Woo! Parkinson's did me good. But when you think about your health and you think about your home, what does your home really mean to you? Does it carry big meaning? Like when it's being threatened by a fire and it's being threatened to just wipe it off the earth, take it away from you, you can't get it back, it's gone forever. What thoughts come up in your head? What does it make you think about? Does it make you think about Parkinson's is taking away your home? Or this big giant forest fire coming over the hill, cresting the hill, and I'm like, we gotta get out of here because I'm not sure if our home is going to be here anymore. So it brought up a lot of similar emotions. With Parkinson's, our lives are just like literally stolen from us. And in a forest fire, our past and all our possessions and our memories almost are like potentially wiped off the face of the earth. Like, I believe in our area, they lost around 50 homes or 50 structures. So there's quite a bit of loss out there being experienced by people. The other thing I found was when I went to my in-laws, like I'd stayed there before, but we probably moved out like almost 2 years ago now. And when I was there, I was fine. But this time when I went there, I wasn't so fine. Like I found it really difficult to adapt to a new environment. Like the bathroom configuration is so different. Like I had trouble reaching the toilet on time. And, you know, turning around in the bathroom, I got stuck in there and my wife had to bring me a chair. It was really strange because I'd slept there for a year or two and I was fine. But now I've been sleeping at our new home and just adjusting to the new surroundings and the stairs and everything really threw my Parkinson's off. It took a day or two just to get comfortable to my surroundings. Even going somewhere different temporarily can really disrupt how I feel. I'm always like, yeah, I'm doing so great. I'm on top of my symptoms. I'm fighting them back. I'm beating Parkinson's up. And I go somewhere else and I go, wow, I've really advanced quite a bit in the last couple of years. So it was just a really strange experience. This whole experience of the forest fire has really made me think about my happiness. Like, what makes me happy? Like, how do I know I'm happy? How can I measure happiness? Can happiness be measured by an online test? Well, if you check out the link below, there is a happiness quiz. I took it. Here are my results. Apparently, you can go on the internet and take an 18-question quiz, and it'll tell you how happy you are. But it's just like, how do we really measure our happiness? Do we measure our happiness based on our health? Do we measure our happiness based on our home or our possessions on this planet? Like, what makes us happy? Is being happy living our old life when we didn't have Parkinson's or didn't know about it? Would it make us happy to not have Parkinson's anymore? I know everyone's hands just went up. Mine did too. Okay, I gotta admit, if I had the chance to get rid of Parkinson's, I would take it. And I hope everyone else would as well. But at this time, it's just not possible. So we have to figure out, what does our happiness mean to us? Is it a bucket list? Like if I have this, 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 and this, I'll be happy. Have you tried that before? I always find I want one thing more and that'll make me happy. And then when I get that thing, it's like, oh, okay, I was wrong. I need one more thing. So at what point do we reach the point of being like satisfied? I certainly don't have the answer here. Even though I took the quiz, I don't really believe that happiness can be accurately measured by a quiz. I do feel in my heart that we are responsible for some of our happiness because we're the ones that ultimately decide if what we have can make us happy, or is the life we're living now make us happy. And I know I might get some pushback here, and I'm okay with that. You can leave it in the comments below. But I do know that there are a lot of people out there watching that have much more severe Parkinson's symptoms than me. I understand that we're all in different situations, and some others' Parkinson's symptoms can be more severe than I'm experiencing. But I still ultimately feel that we decide in the end if we're happy. And I've experienced some fairly harsh things the last couple of years. You know, my son dying and everything that went along with that, and other things have happened since. So I've been through some HE double hockey sticks as well. And getting out of some of those pits has been very difficult and very challenging. But I've got a big community around me, and I'm very fortunate for that. You know, please don't get me wrong with this as well. You know, please don't take this the way it's not intended to be given. Okay, all right, that is my take on my health, my home, and my happiness. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have any thoughts, questions, or comments, please leave them below. I would really appreciate that, and I look forward to reading them. And let's continue to take this journey of Parkinson's disease together. I really appreciate every one of you who tunes in to watch every week. And I will see you on the next one. Have a good day. Goodbye. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're mad and you know it, stomp your feet, pound, pound. If you're mad and you know it, stomp your feet, pound, pound. If you're mad and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're mad and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, shout, oh yeah, oh yeah. If you're happy and you know it, shout, oh yeah, oh yeah. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, shout, oh yeah, oh yeah. See you guys next time.